All right, family. We're in the house. We're in the house. I'm waiting on Brother Remesu to get himself together, and we're gonna be in here with a powerful round table. I'm gonna get it started today. Just the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. It's going down this Sunday. It's gonna be all powerful. Did ancient African scientists graph the other races? I said what I said. It's the story of Yakub true. You see, and the information and the research is profound. You understand when it is profound, and you should be in the house. Click that link and begin to think. We also got another powerful lecture coming up. April the 2nd, America is Egypt, Mississippi River versus the Nile debunked. The link, all you have to do is go to generalseti.ticketleap.com and you will see the lineup. You will see the lineup of all the magnificent lectures that's going to be going down. Be a part of it. Be a part of it. I guarantee you that the research is profound and you're going to want to be down. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com online marketplace, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com online marketplace. Official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures. And at this time, we got 20% off for all the family. DVD lectures, t-shirts, and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry for the family, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor. 20% off at this time. Pull the fire alarm, family. GeneralSeti.com, SETI University. We're talking about over 900 video presentations on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, mental warfare, advanced African academic, developing the Black nation one lesson at a time. The Black nation one lesson at a time. The complete General Sarah Soon Seti website, family. Get your behind in class today. Quit skipping class. That's right. General Seti, keep it popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never calm. Exclusive live streams. Too hot to handle on YouTube or any other tube. Yeah, we just dropped the holy waters of creation, the African serpent and mermaid goddess. You see, looking at the divinity of the immortality of the African woman, breaking down the mitochondrial DNA, looking at the creation of the universe. You got to deal with this in the essence and in the veneration of the African goddess. Also got General Seti Dictionary of Alchemy and Occult Keywords relating to Black divinity. And this is just part one. And so we having big fun over there on Patreon. Click that link and begin to think. Don't hesitate to elevate, family. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, or I will ban your ass. You'll be up out of there, family. You'll be up out of there. All right, now this is a very profound, because I was just looking at, and I was looking at how they talking about, how Jay-Z and Beyonce, had some, possibly could have set, DMX up and a couple more cats, you know what I'm saying? And and if they wasn't physically sacrificed, you understand what I'm saying? That their careers were sacrificed. You see, their careers were sacrificed. They got them on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? We were seeing, I was hearing, I don't know if it, to what extent that DMX, well, I don't know if he was with Def Jam, and I don't know if somehow he, when Jay-Z took over, somehow he came up missing, on the, as far as being one of the premier artists on the record label and so on and so forth. And so was this ushering in, yeah, you say DMX said it himself. I seen it. You know what I'm saying? And so there's and just cleared out, a lot of, the top artists and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new. We know that. You know what I'm saying? They, today they make it seem, they make it seem more satanic, and it is. It is satanic. It is. You understand what I'm saying? It is satanic, but it was just like when I was watching the Goodfellas. You see what I'm saying? And when you watch Goodfellas and they had been, they had been robbing and shit, and that was their thing on the Goodfellas. You see what I'm saying? They was robbing and they had a big bus. You see what I'm saying? They had a big bus, and when when it got it got around, that they could that they stick up ring might have been the ring. You understand what I'm saying? That did the stick up. They started getting rid of everybody. And the first person they got rid of was the nigga, Samuel L. Jackson. They got rid of his ass first. They went right on over to his house and got rid of him. You see what I'm saying? So in essence, we understand what the sacrifice is about. You see what I'm saying? We understand and understand, when you got something, and you think, and see, that's what's wrong with you niggas. You see, that's what's wrong with you niggas when you get to, and you don't understand when you put your name on that. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know how powerful this beast's hand is on everything. Some people think a nigga can just go in there and do what he want to do. You can't just do what you want to do. Now you can try your own. Yeah, you can try your own. There's a whole lot of niggas I know out here rapping conscious. And you ain't gonna hear them you ain't gonna hear their ass on the radio. You might get a chance to see them on the video if you make a mistake and click on their video. If you make a mistake and click on their page, you might see it. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no extraordinary, and you got some cats out here, but not the conscious shit. You ain't gonna get nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no big deals and shit. And but long as you disrespecting and this, that, and the third, you can get that. But you see some of these niggas, they go in and ain't no telling what they done done to get that goddamn contract. Ain't no telling what they done did to get that goddamn contract. You know what I'm saying? They didn't already went too far. You see what I'm saying? When you got the motherfucker, you didn't went too goddamn far already. You see? And brother say, fuck the radio. And you right, I ain't listened to the goddamn radio in so goddamn long. But you see, the thing is, we say fuck the radio. And I'm with you, brother. Fuck it. But it's a powerful mechanism. You see? It's a powerful mechanism. You see? And we don't understand that you got to understand that whole layout of the radio. See, that's us. You see what I'm saying? They didn't, you know what I'm saying? The whole setup of how you understand the frequencies is moving through you understand what I'm saying? They got that science from us. You see what I'm saying? So, what happens is we tend to, when we don't, and I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. And it's not so much as, fuck that shit. We don't want to hear none of that shit. But back in the day, you always had the alternatives. You see what I'm saying? You always had the alternatives. In Detroit, we had, the guys, they would come on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Or it was a university radio station. You see what I'm saying? That, and you had to catch them on a certain day. You see what I'm saying? And let me see this brother coming in. Hold on. Did you get the link? Yeah. Did you see me in there, or did you see the same one? No, I sent you a new one. No, I didn't see you yet. Yeah, that's the wrong one. I should have. You should see another link. Yeah, and I'm on like and so the thing is, family, we always had them other, the other radio stations where you can go to and hear some real shit. You know what I'm saying? If we give up on, we ain't gonna have shit. You know what I'm saying? We built a lot, and I know we can. You know what I'm saying? We can say fuck that, and that's right on those platforms. But we need our own platform. You feel me? Do you see it? Let me make sure. Yeah, I sent it to you. Okay. Yeah, it's in there. And so, no, this family, he coming back in. Ramesu coming back in. We gonna get him in there. That's right. Here you go. Yeah, all right. We black in the house, y'all. We black in the house, and you see, and I used to. It was this one cat, Billy T, in Detroit. Man, that nigga come on like 11, 10 o'clock, and man, this nigga would rock to about like man 4 in the morning. Man, no damn commercials or nothing. This nigga wouldn't even have commercials, man. I got with my tape getting all of that, all the underground shit and this, that, and the third. You understand? And so, the radio is powerful. See, this is, the radio is powerful. Dr. Clark always said that image, the control of image. And I'm gonna add this to Doctor, the control of music. You see, the control of image and control of music is the control of power.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna add a couple, and then I'm gonna let this brother, who is a musician, a MC out here in
Yeah.
the music, and when the control of image, the control of music is power. You see, and these are two platforms. You see what I'm saying? That it's sending information. You understand what I'm saying? Across the goddamn international, global community, and it's in seconds. So you could deliver information. You understand? You can get information to people on all continents. You see what I'm saying? You can connect. You can organize. You see what I'm saying? And if the information is, as far as music, got the right information in it, man, you can change, the minds of millions. You
Yes.
see, with that,
Yes.
with that music and with that imagery, and that's and we talking about a greater sacrifice, whereas you don't see no black movies. You see, they all about goddamn slavery. You see, you don't see no real, and so that right there show you, you know what I'm saying, how powerful it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because now they can project that we ain't, stay in line, nigga. You
Yeah.
understand? See where you was, nigga. You ain't too far from that. Matter of fact, you might be further in. You understand the music and shit, and the nigga, the bitches, and all you say is bitch, 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 ho, 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 and this, that, and the third. You understand? Destroying, and so that show you how negatively powerful it could be. And so we can't allow, as strong as that those institutions are, to damage our people, to go, without no form of option. You know what I'm saying? Where they could go and, you understand, listen to some, combating this information on that scale. We can't even, and even though we ain't got nothing, we got to be on that scale. And I'm gonna end with it. That's why we got to call out these niggas that's
Yes.
supposedly got high up. They high up in the music. They high up in the music. They got the ability to do some things. But these niggas don't do shit. Only thing they bring out is a new liquor. That's about it. They got a new strain of weed or whatever the hell they're gonna come out with. Ramesu, man, talk to me, man. How real are sacrifices in the music industry and the entertainment business? Is it overblown? Is it satanic? Is it?
Well, I want to say this. We have to always be mindful that we speak things into existence. And you know what's happening with the music right now is that it's worshiping death. So as it's worshiping death, we're calling on, we're opening up portals for these things to happen. Now we do know that you got what's called contract killers in the music, because every time you sign to a record deal or a label, they have insurance on you as an artist. And sometimes you just worth more dead than alive. I'm gonna use Pac as an example. When Pac signed to Death Row and dropped those 2 albums that he dropped, it made so much money and so much popularity that if they let him leave the label, the following will follow him. But if they murder him while he's still on the label, then they'll forever make money off his music. Every time you listen to it, it's going to that same entity. So what's happening is that we come off the plantation, and like Seti said, music is very powerful because it's street politics. We blacks, we Negroes, that's on the come up. We expressing ourselves, we trying to get this money, and we also dealing with each other, trying to be lawless with it. So the way we think economically, or the way we think as far as what they would consider gang, it's not really gang. We're gonna have to cluster together. So when you see these neighborhoods representing these communities and whatnot, and they say, well, these brothers don't own property here, so why we bled for it. The white man don't own it either. Remember, he took it from the Indians. So we have to keep in mind that they're trying to control what's being said on these platforms, and even in Hollywood. Because if you say something and you got the masses of the people listening to you, you can cause a situation. Another example of Tupac. I seen somebody put in the comments, rest in peace, Magnolia Slim, Soulja Slim, we love him. Rising power to Soulja Slim. Because before he was murdered, he had that song called Soldier Mentality.
That's right.
And if you listen to that song, he's calling out the beast, and he's checking artists and CEOs that's ignoring the real enemy, which is the white supremacists. We already know that, and constantly acting like black people or the niggas in the hood is the problem, when you know damn well who the real problem is. After Soulja Slim made that song, it's very, very strange that he came up dead. And not only that, because his sister, shouts out to G.I. Peaches, that's Soulja Slim little sister. I'm not gonna say no names, but they always insinuate that heads came together, different record labels that felt like he was a threat because he lived his music, and the people, his shows in New Orleans, his underground shows was packed from front to back, and they jamming, they saying everything he's saying. So he been on that level. But you got the heads of these record labels that saying his music is so authentic, if we don't kill him, he's gonna take all our listeners on this side. And he's talking about the real enemy is white supremacy. He's trying to maneuver through getting an independent record deal. So we understand that if you ain't willing to sacrifice, and the sacrifice don't start when a person dies. The sacrifice starts when you're willing to acknowledge that you're using their platform, because you see, the problem with the record deal is like a business loan, a bank loan. When you go to them, you're going to them because you can't sell your own records. You got the talent, but Sony already got 5, 6, 7 million subscribers or followers that's going to buy whatever stamp it. Rap-A-Lot, when you sign to Rap-A-Lot, they already got their listeners that feel like any album Rap-A-Lot drop, they're going to automatically buy it even if they don't know you. So that's what they're charging you for. They're not going to let you get in the front of their people and just say what the hell you want to say. And you're copywriting your lyrics. So the beast gonna read your lyrics before that shit even get to the people. You heard me? By the time your music come out on the radio or on your album, they already read everything you wrote because you copyrighted it, because you want the beast to protect you if somebody steal your lyrics. That ain't gangster to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I kept my music underground. I ain't copyrighting nothing because it's not his business what I'm talking about. Right. It's for my people. But when you write a song and you copyright your song, they reading the lyrics. Free my brother C Murder while we're talking about this, because we're trying to get him home right now and make this law retroactive. But the brother Corey Miller and Mac from No Limit Records, their lyrics was read in trial, just like what's happening with Young Thug today. But this happened 20 years ago, because you're writing and you're sending it to him and saying, look, I need you to copyright this in case somebody try to steal it. I need you to protect my music. That already ain't gangster, because why you going to them for protection? That is a form of snitching, by the way. If you can't do music without copyrighting it and get your message straight to your people, you involve in the beats. So now they listening, they looking at what you're saying. And if they feel like you a threat to peace, well, what they call peace, they gonna go on and get you assassinated. You'll never know what happened. You go into it look like a robbery. All the while they set all that up to kill you. Because it's the same thing with the lynchings. If you're not willing to advocate massa ideology, then he gonna try to off you. Tupac was one of the rare ones that was able to get on a global scale where he's checking these people, calling them out, and also letting our people know that it's time to rise up. Yeah, he bickered amongst blacks. He's supposed to, because at the end of the day, we got to police each other. That's so right. All that black on black crime really ain't nothing, because it's our responsibility to find out who killing kids in the community. It's our responsibility to find out who's raping children in the community. It ain't the white boy responsibility to find this out. So it's going to be situations occur where we're going to have to call this group of Negroes out or this group of Negroes out, and it could get gangster. But at the end of the day, the ultimate enemy,
slaves out. You got to call them out.
Yeah, that it has to happen. But I'm saying at the end of the day, the original enemy is the white supremacists, because niggas was not rapping when they was picking cotton. We can't forget that. So now that you're getting on the platform, you have to subliminally give your messages. It's best to stay underground. That's why I stayed underground. When they came at me with a record deal, inside the record deal, you don't have no control over the amount of money that you're getting. And when they give you the money, you got to triple that money for them. Not only that, you can't sign the record deal. They signed, like Pac signed a gangster rap deal, not a revolutionary deal. See, so he's supposed to be talking about killing niggas, fucking hoes, selling alcohol, selling drugs, all this type of shit. He ain't supposed to be talking about healing the community. That's a breach of contract, and they can kill you for that, depending on how deep you get with it. So when you sign your record deal, it's the ideology that you're gonna promote is already in the record deal. They say they want gangster rap. They don't want niggas trying to heal the hood. They don't want niggas calling white folks out, white supremacists out, or anything of that nature, because we understand that they are a large part of our audience. So that's also important to them, because we're not really supporting black musicians like that.
Right.
I watched a live that said it did a few months ago where he said that, what group is it? Public Enemy with Chuck D. You saw him rapping in Europe somewhere, and the whole audience was Neanderthals. So who are you talking this revolutionary talk to?
Yeah, listen here, man. As you say, see, I used to be, I followed Public Enemy. And man, when they did that one goddamn remix, Bring the Noise, and then they brought that goddamn this white rock group, Anthrax. You see what I'm saying? I say, and I hear Bring the Noise. I say, what the fuck is this? I knew it was over then. I knew it was over then.
Yeah, it's like I'm saying, if we come off the slave plantation before we started rapping, I told y'all, Negroes, they had to, all this white and this makeup, lightening up your skin is how they made us promote our music back then, because we had to look like we was mixed. They didn't want a pure-blooded Negro talking to their people, because they lied on us. Man, these niggas ain't shit. They ain't gonna never be shit. They loaded, this and that. Now you writing love songs, and your love songs sound better than the beats. They falling in love with your love songs, but you're supposed to be the lowly Negro picking cotton that they don't know about. Right. So now that we can express ourselves through music, they got very jealous of that, because our personality is coming out. You got to paint your face white. And I watched a documentary on Sam Cooke. Said it was, man, he was trying to start an all-black record label to cater to black people. And the damn Italians, the Italian assassinated him. Yeah. See, I don't respect Italians. I don't respect Costa Nostra, whatever they call themselves. That ain't gangsterism. Black gangsterism started by us having to protect that. You know who the first black gangster was? The one that looked around and said, man, fuck this plantation. I'm about to get off this bitch. That was the first act of gangsterism, defying white supremacy. And from that point on, it built up to the point to where we was able to fight in the 60s, you know, bringing it to them. You heard me with the riots and all that. We come a long way. Gangsterism is not no damn committing crimes on you people like the Italian is making you think they're criminals. We gods. You heard me? We supposed to be tapping into this ourselves. What they don't want us to do. So they flipped it. So now you got rappers acting like they Costa Nostra, they acting like they Italian mafia, like the black man ain't what it is to be. Man, I'm a black gangster, you heard me? It's all about protecting the women and children in the community. The music is supposed to police the community at the same time. The only way you can be real is to don't go sign up to that, leave him alone. You want to go to the Beast platform, you want to make money with him, he going to control you and hang your ass publicly if you don't obey what he's saying.
That's right. You know how many goddamn videos, nigga, I knew. I say, you know what? My channel ain't gonna be there tomorrow when I come home. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I used to be in my motherfucker, you know what? But I was just like, you know, when and I'm the same, but I'm, you know, a lot of people say, Sadie, man, you ain't, man. I say, motherfucker, if I came out like I was 15 years ago, nigga, my roof will be coming in, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? They be coming through the motherfucking roof. You understand? But I used to be, man, and you know, all I wanted to do was spit fire. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to spit nothing if it wasn't fire. You see, and I'm still the same way, but you know, I craft it. You understand? I craft it where it just go in. You don't hear it when it go in. You just look down and you leaking and you like, damn, what the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? And I be at my desk and I be, you know, and I think, and I done did this video and shit, and I know I done said some shit. I know I didn't call some names. I didn't say some shit. And I be thinking, I be there at the goddamn computer. I was like, man, should I upload this shit, man? And then something in the back of my head say, bitch ass nigga, go on, hit that upload button. You understand what I'm saying? And I hit that motherfucker. It ain't one time that I didn't know. I knew, and I say, you know what? They got to hear this, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to hear this. You know, so I knew at every time that in my spirit that when I got ready to spit something, you know, I knew that I had to weigh it in the scales. You know what I'm saying? And I always weighed for the sake of revolutionary thought. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody got to say this shit.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because you know, a lot of motherfuckers just ain't gonna say nothing. You understand? They ain't gonna say nothing at all. And when you got the babies out here, and as you talking about music, and one thing we have to understand about the drum is the elixir to the African soul. You understand? It is the elixir. If you are African, if you are African, when you hear that drum, and that drummer is he wigging with his hands, nigga, ain't no way you gonna go into a trance. So they understand, you know, our music is power. That's why we can't never leave our. It is almost the foundation of damn near every science that we got. You see what I'm saying? Its frequency, is music, is the drum, but the drum is the elixir to the African soul. And when they get on that drum, you know, all type, you know, and the drummer is a shaman. You understand? Because when they master the drum, and you know, and it's so many sciences and master the soul. You understand what I'm saying? They can go down the you know, and play certain frequencies and certain tones and shit that can unlock chambers all through the African soul. You see what I'm saying? And it's almost like a shaman. You see what I'm saying? And the information that come behind each tone, the information that go into your soul could either heal you or it could kill you. It can drive your ass insane. You understand what I'm saying? That if you know, those who understand what they doing, you understand, and they understand the power that they have, Dr. Dre is one of them guys. You see, even though he he didn't allow no real griot. He didn't allow no real MC to get on there and you understand, he just like you said, you understand what I'm saying, he put nothing but the demonic energy on his shit. But it has a certain entrancing ability, you know what I'm saying, a certain entrancing power, you understand, and it, you know, babies, you know, children, women, elders, any you know, all African people are like, and it's almost like the serpent. You understand? That's why we use the serpent. You understand what I'm saying? When they hear that music, man, you understand what I'm saying? And that's why we use the serpent to this day. And so they understand the power of that. They know that go back to the ancient time. And so they controlling something that we have to take back. They have too much of a stronghold on that sacred energy that we must have back. You see what I'm saying? And I seen some, I'm gonna let you go back. I seen somebody in there, they said we can't call them out. You said, I said we need to call these. You said, somebody said it's too late to call them out. No, it ain't too late.
Cowards talk like that.
It ain't too late.
But they call in Jesus' name.
It might be
2,000 years.
Yeah, no, it might be too late to get them back on that, but it ain't too late to put that warrant. You know how they put that warrant out there for Putin?
Yeah.
You start putting these nigga names on and put that warrant. That's what you call them. You're not calling them like it's you didn't cross the line. You understand what I'm saying? When if you know, and I'm gonna let you have, if you know that the music that you are producing is in affecting the minds of babies in our community to murder themselves, to murder their brothers, to murder their sisters, to murder their children, then if you know that is exactly what you're doing, then you already know your name is on the list. You got to be dealt with. You must be dealt with. You understand what I'm saying? And that's real talk. We cannot allow people, you know, Hitlers. These niggas is Hitlers.
Man, some Bit of the Kids, some Doc Holliday. Because you got to remember, we was picking cotton when they were shooting at each other. See, this is what we saw. The black man picking cotton. You got Bit of the Kid. He running loose. He got 190 bodies. You heard me? And we thinking that this was defining masculinity, because it seemed like these white boys here was going against the law, and all we knew was the badge, you know, the slave master. And now you got these rogue white boys that's defining slave master, running all through killing shit, killing their way to the top. So when the black man get off the plantation, he got one or two choices. Either he gonna develop his masculinity off a master, or he gonna develop his masculinity off of the outlaw, the Doc Holliday, the Wide Earth, the Bit of the Kid.
Right. That's right.
So that all jungles down to this. If the gun is what defines your manhood, then you're not a man, because we don't create guns. We ain't even figured out a way to defend ourselves from them. They already got drones. They shooting lasers from out the damn sky, and a nigga still holding up a damn Draco, and he think that's who make him a man. Right. So you know the music is death worshiping. We gotta call them out, because they calling us out every day. They calling your children out every day. They telling your children pop them out. See, when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones with internet access and all that. Hell, when I was coming up, the damn computer still had a green screen on it. It wasn't even color yet. So we wasn't able to, as children, listen.
I remember when the phones and shit, nigga, look like the ones on World War II. Nigga, they had the box and shit.
Yeah, the whole little suitcase. You heard me? Look, you unzip it. Yeah, you dial from on the back of the phone. But like I was saying, we didn't have this type of technology growing up. So the only access we had to hear anything outside of our household was with the music. Now they can go, your 8, 9, 10-year-old can go to school and he can look at the latest video that you ain't gonna let him look at home, and it's still in his head. Right. So he's already 9, 10, 11 years old, bloodthirsty. They want to pop mollies, you heard me? They want to do drugs. They're not learning this in the household. They learning it from the music they're listening to today. And half these niggas don't even do the drugs that's rapping about it. Out of 10 of them, 2 or 3 of them is gonna be doped out. The other 7, they know that they gotta finesse you, so they're gonna rap about it to sell the record. But they're not themselves gonna do that. They're not gonna let their children do it. So for us tonight, we gotta call the white boy out every day of the week, every hour of the day. I'm talking about the white supremacists. Every second of the hour, every minute of the hour. And the reason why is because this is still going on. If they never made right by us, then every day we continue to exist, interest is being added on to that tax. You always reparations with some interest. So I seen a video the other day where they was trying to hold Bush. They try to subpoena his ass for the war in Iraq. They didn't forget about that. They pulling up all the old videos and calling them out behind that. So we supposed to hold them accountable at all time. With every record that we're doing, we should check them first. You know what you did to us. We know what you.
If they're gonna pull a warrant up, they need to pull a warrant up. But them motherfuckers dead. George Bush and Oliver North still here. You understand what I'm saying?
But the young George Bush here, he a painter now. Man, this motherfucker.
But that's Iraq. I'm talking about them in the CIA bringing that damn dope into our goddamn community and starting that dope trade. That's what they need to be brought up for. Fuck, I understand about Iraq but that's over there. But we talking about the Hitlers that's right here that should have been subpoenaed, and they did subpoena them. And goddamn Ronald Reagan gave their ass a pardon. You see what I'm saying? And so if they're gonna subpoena, they're gonna subpoena George Bush because him and his goddamn posse got all the goddamn money. That's the only reason. But if they went over there and they got a piece of that goddamn pie, then they okay with it. And so a lot of them Republicans, they daddies and shit, they might not have got it, but they daddy got it. You see what I'm saying? So, and I don't think, even though a lot of people brain Bush up, I doubt very seriously if they're going to do anything to George Bush. I doubt it very seriously.
I'm just saying, I'm just giving an example of how they call each other out on whatever it is, but we're not supposed to call them out. No. We got to call them out. Not only do we got to call them out, if we guys, we supposed to be putting this in the universe. At least you can meditate it in the universe and hope it materializes. I seen somebody in the comments say, we're not getting reparations, but everybody else getting reparations. How y'all gonna give up on what's owed to y'all? I don't understand that. Y'all didn't pick that damn cotton. Y'all didn't hang in them trees. You see this book right here? When I read this right here, and they got the receipts of our people being lynched in the early 1900s, we talking 100 years ago. That's 2 generations. How we not gonna call them out? So, and if we watching this, what you think?
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Not listed last year. Beheaded them. They ain't stopped lynching niggas. They still lynching niggas to this day.
Talking about some damn animals ate it.
Yeah, they been lynching. They ain't never stopped hanging black men and women. Okay, that shit is a myth. You see what I'm saying? That they didn't stop. You know how many people didn't come up missing every guy that people ain't even fucking looking for them. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't even looking for it, man. We got thousands upon thousands of African men and women in this country that come up missing, and ain't nobody looking for them. So you understand that they still is been lynching African people in this country from the time they got off the slave ship into even to today. You see what I'm saying? And yes, we must call out, but we calling them out at this point in time. Either we gonna step for some righteous results. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to step for righteous results. You understand what I'm saying? Because as we see today, you see, if you see revolutionaries is shrinking. You see what I'm saying? They grafting. You understand? That's why we got to talk about the grafting of the nigga. You understand? We talk about, I used to start my lectures, and especially the making of the nigga. We talk about, and we do, how Yakub grafted the white man, and that's very real. But we don't talk about how the white man then grafted the nigga. You see what I'm saying? They didn't grab a certain type of nigga that will not respond to the you understand, the brutality that's and we talk about it now, but you understand what I'm saying? We talk about it, but we never make the serious move. And so I'm gonna pass. But the manhood thing, we have to talk about what manhood is. You see, it's a few of us out here still revolutionary in thought, but not many. Not many, not many. They're grafting every year that the music continue. You continue to let these niggas rap this bullshit. You see this shit getting younger and younger. It's getting deeper and deeper into the psychosis of our people to where it ain't gonna be. Is it gonna be possible? You understand what I'm saying? To get this shit without a great upheaval. It's gonna have to be a great upheaval at this time. You understand what a great just like it was a great upheaval to transform us into who we are today. You understand the complete collapse of many African societies where they come in and collapse the whole and deport us to a land that we've never in chains and shit. That's a great upheaval, and it's been festering and for the last 400 years, and so at this time we have the information, we have it, but we do not move on the information. We do not move on the information. And so at this point in time, if you see where we, and I'm going to pass it to you because you got some powerful fire that you spin, brother. You understand what I'm saying? If we do not move, it ain't going to be no more generations. It ain't going to be no more goddamn generation. The generation that must make the change is this goddamn generation. You see what I'm saying? You have to set a standard by which the next generation, they don't have no standard. They don't have no ideology of nationalism. They don't have no they black divinity. They don't have nothing. You see what I'm saying? And so there must, because if you allow, and you already see that the revolutionary, even when you see niggas that even in Africa, they ain't talking about getting them Arabs out of Africa.
They trying to come here and get this economy.
They ain't trying to get, they want to stay. They want to stay right with and thinking it's gonna be all right. They ain't revolutionary enough. They don't want to do it for themselves. They talking about, well, we gonna leave United States alone. I'm gonna get right back to you. I'm gonna leave United States alone. We gonna mess with China and Russia. Fucking Russia and China is as big as a fucking imperialist as the United States. That's their brother. They don't know no different than their brother. You understand what I'm saying? They all want power. They all want to be on top, and they all want what they can get from Africa for fucking free, and they do not want to pay for it. And so our people, even over there, you understand, you can see that a grafting of a certain kind of nigga. You understand what I'm saying? That's willing to allow the Arab to have what he got, and the whites in all these in South Africa to stay in the position that they in. They comfortable with that. And so, you know, as we talk and we speak today and we talk this revolutionary talk, we must say, you understand, where are the revolutionaries that's gonna make the change right now? The last thing I want to say. And I brought this up yesterday, and I'm gonna let you put this fire on this, man. People talk about the fall of America, and I do talk about it. But understand, if it falls, what will be the outcome for blacks over here? With these maniacs that you see, Latinos, Hispanics, these white supremacists that have more access to artillery. They got it. They got more access. They got cartels full of shit. You got these white boys. They going to the gun shows. They got MC. They got so much shit. They got enough goddamn shit to be an army themselves. So if this shit collapse tomorrow, the question becomes, what we gonna do?
You know,
what we gonna do? Go ahead, brother.
I mean, to be honest, I need y'all to hear me out. I understand we talk a lot of talk in this rap music that you're hearing, but in actuality, our people is not ready for that type of environment. Because you can go online right now and you can look at a 7-year-old white girl hit the bullseye target with an AK, an M16, an AR-15, might pull a 50 cal out on you and show you something. And then you can look at some gangbangers, pull up by the grocery store, or pull up at a corner store and shoot everybody outside but the people they trying to shoot. So it shows right there that we don't go to the gun range. We don't take what happened to us seriously on no level. Where's the revolutionaries at? Because you're not in the rap music. You're not in the Moorish Science Temple. You're not in the Hebrew Israelite religion. You're not in the Muslim, because as we see, 80% of the Arabs live in Africa, and all them niggas is Muslims or Christians. Ain't nothing. They say they Ephis, but they really not Ephis, because if that Islamic call come through, they're gonna join the damn army of Allah. See, that's why I don't respect Mansa Musa, because he wasn't no Ephi, he was a Muslim. And when he went to Mecca and they saw the economy he had, they say, well, look, that belongs to Allah. We gave you a God. So they followed him back to Mali, and that's when they ransacked it. Had he had not joined their religion, they wouldn't have had the mental authority over him to take all the wealth from him. And it keeps trickling down. And now y'all want to say, well, he was the richest man on the planet. So what? The Arab told him who God was, and he gave everything to the damn Arab for Allah.
That's a damn shame. And you know
so
what?
It show you that.
Wait a minute. I'm in and I'm out. A lot of people don't know that a lot of people in Mali spit fire on Mansa Musa's name, because they understood that was the downfall of Mali. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Yes, and it's right. Like Dr. Claude Anderson taught us, 765 AD is when they broke in, following behind Mansa Musa. So yeah, he was the richest. He wasn't the richest man. He gave all the resources away to the Arab, and they still over there. I don't want to deviate off the subject though. I'm just showing you how they've been. It's like having a kid that you raise in the best environment you can give them. They don't have to worry about the lights getting turned off. They don't miss a meal. They eat good every night. And then they find themselves in the project with their friends. They dumb in the mind. They don't understand that the people they're around is real criminals that's scamming them, scheming on them, finessing them. They just want to be down. They want to be cool. That's us. We come from the motherland. We didn't have to steal. The damn beast was in the cave. He couldn't, like he said he couldn't grow Brussels sprouts in that cave. But you up and down the Nile Valley, you have an abundance of agriculture. That's why Jacob brought his nasty ass over there, because when he was in the famine, the land of milk and honey ran out of milk and honey. So he had to come to Kemet to go on and get some of these resources. So you was always rich. You didn't have a want for anything. Once they start stealing your resources and you looked at how they thought, you say, well, damn, I want to be a killer like him. See, so we start worshiping and glorifying murder. The idea of not having no morals, not having no laws. It's two lions in the jungle. One gonna hunt his food the way he's supposed to. The other gonna watch you hunt. And after you catch your prey, he gonna come and ransack you and take your shit. So we're worshiping the villain. And by worshiping the villain, they stay on top of us, because the guns that they got is what they make. They giving you some shit. You really don't got nothing to compare to them. However, I don't want to scare y'all. I don't want to make y'all think that we're not out, because what we do have is that melanin to transmit into the cosmos to turn their minds around. See, we could turn them against them, because let me tell you one thing. All it took was for blacks to start talking, and that's what started getting into the hearts of these. See, white supremacy is like a blood or a Crip gang. The whole race ain't down with it, even though the whole race is a part of it. They don't really got a choice, because first the white people had wigs, powder wigs to show who they were. They wasn't talking about no damn skin color. When we're looking at the white folks in the 1700s, they wore powder wigs to differentiate themselves from the Russian, the Great Britain, and any other damn European nation. And by them winning the revolution, they grafted under whites. But when it comes down to how they think and the weapons that they create, we're not on that level. You know, they say the first gun was made by Genghis Khan, the crossbow. Man, he knocked a third of humanity off with that crossbow, because you couldn't defend yourself from it. We never had a reason to figure out a way to create some shit that a man can't defend himself from. When we look at the Iron Age, when they came into Kemet, we had copper spears that was made for hunting with. It wasn't a murderous spear. They came in with the iron spears. If you try to fight them with a copper spear, after you stab the first one, your spear all bent up. You can't keep going with it. They coming with the damn iron spears. They killing 10 niggas. Look, jugging everything. And they spears don't bend. So now we like, damn, what the fuck they got? So we have to try to go hurry up and mimic the iron spear. Then the bitch come with the damn cannonball. So now we get the spears right. They're shooting cannonballs from a long distance, now knocking the whole damn castle down. You're never gonna out-murder a murderer because it's not in your DNA. But what we can do is outsmart them. And like Seti said, it's important that we put this energy into music. We put this energy into our own movies to tell the story of what happened to us so we can manifest justice. Because you got to put a conscience in them. I know it seemed like it's impossible. I thought that until I started seeing how they was reacting to our people, our consciousness that we were spewing straight off the plantation. You know, they didn't have a problem with blacks reading until the Chicago dropped that newspaper called The Defender. And in The Defender, it was talking about free blacks calling out white supremacy and slavery. So when that newspaper, Texas was so damn behind time, he didn't have a print shop in Texas. He had to get his newspapers printed way in New York. So that's how these type of ideologies was circulating down to us here, to where we reading this, and as we reading it, oh, so they free up north there. That's why we start breaking off the plantation. Once they figured out we was reading the newspaper, The Defender, that's when they wanted to be legal for blacks to learn how to read and write, because they knew that we was learning that up north, they ain't treating us the way they treating us down here. So we could see that it changed. Some of them do, even though they created the industry, because they all fake. They don't want to pay you. We don't need the government giving us reparations. White people themselves can pay us what they know they owe us. So why are we waiting on the government to tell y'all to pay us? If you want to be our friends, break some bread.
That's right. You know,
that's how I feel about the situation.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm all for reparations. I am. But goddamn, they 400 years overdue. Okay, when a motherfucker, listen here, let me tell y'all something. This coming from Big Sat. If a motherfucker owe you $100 and that motherfucker ain't pay, if that motherfucker ain't paid you, nigga, I can give you a damn near. If it ain't been about 3-4 months, you can almost hang it up. You understand? And you know this to be true. I ain't saying it ain't do us.
Sometimes you gotta go snatch him and put that thing on him.
You got to. You
ain't gotta shoot him. You ain't gotta shoot him off the back, but you might gotta smack him with it right quick. Hey, go get my shit. Or you got some jewelry? Give me that damn necklace. You gotta make some type of move. And the best way for us to do that is through this music, this entertainment. We gotta hit them. We gotta make them cough it up. They're gonna cough it up. They're gonna give it to you, but you gotta fight for it. They're not gonna just give it to you.
The best way to get any type of reparations in this motherfucker is to repair yourself. And I'm not telling you not to go in, because let me tell you.
But your mind got to be right.
You got to think, you got to understand, number one, what's going to ultimately heal the condition that we in. You see, now when we, listen, you know me. I know it's due us. Listen, our ancestors, because it ain't for me to say it's not due us, because our ancestors worked. And they didn't fill out no goddamn application. They worked from the sun up to the sun down. So the labor has been performed. The blood has been shed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so that money is due. What we have to understand, number one, though, that when they brought us here, they didn't bring us here contracted to perform no goddamn jobs. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we have to understand that we didn't sign it. We didn't come over. We didn't fill out no applications. And so, you know, they didn't, you know, their argument is always that, nigga, we didn't bring you here, you understand, to enjoy in the wealth. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what you know, but we know that it's due us. We know that it's due. What can repair us immediately? What I see more damage. This is what I see. Not just not getting the money, but it's needed. We need that. We do. You understand? With the right mind, we do. But the fact that we as a community, and I speak primarily of the men, When we look around our community and we allow other men groups to come into our community and control 100% of our fucking economy, that right there shows, number one, that there is no black manhood.
No.
On no operational level. We're not talking about a brother who doing his thing. We talking about an operational brotherhood that would see something like that as an act of war.
Yeah, because they damn sure will see it.
Listen, I'm gonna hand this to you. I'm gonna hand this to you because you right, and we want to drop gems. We want motherfucker to reach down and grab a whole handful of gems. Not just grab 6, 7 of them motherfuckers at one time. You see, and see that's where and that's where I see, because I know the nature of this motherfucker. Another thing, we have to look at the nature of that man. You just ran down his nature about him being a murderer. I know the nature of him. And I know power, and I know that he's not willing to economically arm his enemy. Because I wouldn't. I had to put myself in it. Because you just put that book up there, 100 Years of Lynching. Probably it should be 400, because they've been lynching.
4,000. 4,000.
4,000 years of lynching. You see what I'm saying? And he would imagine, that man putting himself in the predicament we in. You understand? What man is gonna arm the other man? That's just like the Crips and Bloods and shit, and motherfucking Bloods go get a goddamn Crip, some goddamn guns to come shoot them, because they know what's gonna happen if they are. And so when we think logically and we think about power, not moral, because we don't have the same morals, not truth. We don't have truth is that's debatable. His truth and our truth is two different truths. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where what it comes down. Is it in his nature to be right with us? That's the thing when we talking about Ma'at. We got to talk about the laws of the cosmos are in stone. Sunset, sunrise. Sunset, moonrise. The motherfucking laws of nature are already codified. So we have to understand the nature of a thing. And if we understand his nature, we have to ask ourselves, is it in his nature to give it to us? Not whether it's right. Not whether it's right. Is it in his nature to give it to us? Now, if it's not in his nature to give it to us, then we have to move to another. We have to move to another plan. You understand what I'm saying? In order to get that. Now, we might not be armed, but the fact that we allow this man to come into our community, the China man, the Arab man, they own 100%. I'm just speak for Detroit. The Arab own every fucking liquor store, every fucking gas station, damn near whatever little 5 and dime grocery store, they own it all. I'm gonna end with this, and I'm gonna let you drop some gems on them. The community economics is the real heart of the community. That's where every African gonna be able to get their clothes, their food, every little thing. If your TV break down, if your shoes need fixing, if every little thing that is needed, that gives the community jobs, performing those skills for their own community. When another man set up in your fucking community and that is a declaration of war. If we could understand that repairing our fucking mind, that a lot of shit to go on every day, that would be far greater than any motherfucking thing that they could give us. That reparation of ourselves, repaying ourselves, is the greatest fucking thing that we can do. Because we could take that on the road, nigga.
Facts.
You see, even when we started talking about going to Africa, and I'm gonna let you spit some fire. I'm about to let it go right now.
But I be tuned in. I'm listening. I'm getting my lecture right now.
But when we talk about, that's why a lot of people not convinced about going to Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us got this mentality together. So it's easier for them to go into Africa because they know they got to go with a program. See, people that don't understand or have not repaired their own self and their own soul, they don't have the confidence of going home and being successful. This is your opportunity right now. You understand what I'm saying? To get it right. Get this shit, because this is fundamental. I don't give a fuck where you go. You're going to have it. You ain't got it, so you really can't go nowhere. Because you ain't even successful for right where you at. And so if you can get this together right now, repair the spirit and the mind, get these people out of here, get on a black nationalistic program, knowing, because Malcolm gave this shit to us damn near 50 years ago on Ballad of the Bullet, the message to the grassroots. He already gave. You can go back and listen to them damn lectures right now today. They are key blueprints to get you started right now on Black Power. We can get this together and repair our own spirit and mind. It would be more likely that we could force them with that type of mind to come up, because we could shut them down.
Yeah.
See what
I'm saying? That's what it's going to take.
Their ass down.
Yeah. Boycott them. Boycott them.
Brother, what you think about
And I've been advocating that for a minute because, I like to build lax. You heard me?
That's right.
When I go to the junkyard, there ain't no black-owned junkyards. Either you buying parts from the Mexicans or you gonna buy parts from the white boy. The white boy gonna sell you some brand new shit at AutoZone and O'Reilly. If you want to go secondhand, go to the Mexicans. Now, when I go in there, they got their 13, 14, 15-year-old children taking transmissions out, overhauling motors. By the time they graduate high school, they already know how to build a car together. And not only that, he can go work with his daddy on the highway and make more money than your child going to work at McDonald's because you can't hire your child. So everything that SETI been saying is very important, because if they give us reparations tomorrow, we're going to give it right back to them. You know what I mean? Buying everything that they make.
Did you hear?
If we take over, if we boycott,
did you hear about giving reparations back in San Francisco?
Huh?
Did you hear him talking about giving back $5 million in San Francisco?
Yeah, but they got to go to court for that. We just hope they don't dismiss that. They made the number $5 million to try to hope they give a nigga $20. They say you got to raise the bar high. Huh? So they say $5 million, but they know damn well if they get $20, they didn't win. But they, Dr. Claude Anderson, they had got a bunch of lawyers together and tried to go get reparations. They dismissed their damn case like last year. That burnt me up when I read that. But SETI is right. If we bought stores and opened up our stores and boycotted them, if they want to, ain't no damn, when you go to the Chinese hair store, it's a bunch of black women posters on it, but he owned the store. A black woman. I do not advocate weed. But damn it, if you're going to spend $2 billion a year, can you open up a weed shop? Can we at least get that money? I don't advocate alcohol. I don't advocate tobacco and alcohol to my people. But we might as well get that money too. We're going to be spending, because these people is making millions of dollars off of your disposable income. It's disposable income, buying cigarettes, buying cigars, buying beer, buying alcohol. You know, this is shit that you want. Why we got to give this money to these people every single day? They sitting in your neighborhood with a Lexus parked in the front and their children going to college off of disposable income that you throwing away. If we can get that disposable income,
okay,
and maneuver that through our people, then we can start hiring our children. We own the laundromat.
That's right.
We own we open up a grocery store. And it's like you were saying, SETI, I don't understand how they can say Kanye West is a genius because he got 1.8 billion, even though the Nazi made 30 billion off of him. They didn't open up no grocery stores. They don't make a chain of anything. He act like he conscious, but he ain't putting no money behind the children in the community. So we don't all want to be rappers. Some of us want to, do other things. We need the trades. I forgot who it was I watched on the lecture that was talking about.
We ain't had one of them niggas act right, man. I ain't seen not one motherfucker act right with that money, man. I ain't seen one motherfucker put that money somewhere. Nah, it might have been an underground nigga that, that didn't get. But when you talking about on the surface, in the eye of the public, I ain't seen not one of them motherfuckers put that money where it needed to be put. Not one. I just ain't seen it because
All right, somebody say he a genius. He got money. You talking about it? The man went on Drink Champs Live and made comments and swore that these people couldn't cancel him. Then when they canceled him, he went back and said that God punished him for drinking alcohol and talking while he was drinking. So he's admitting that he's not saying genius things. Money don't make you a genius. I mean, damn. Anybody can do some foul shit and get paid for it. The neighborhood I come from, it's a whole bunch of millionaires that then came up from drug dealing, but that's not genius. Genius is whenever you can finesse the white supremacist out of his position, not make him $30 billion and he give you $1 billion and now you thinking that you smart. I was only making a reference of how hip hop, where it has gone to, because hip hop is what put him in the position to anchor these deals, the influence that he had in the way he produced tracks, the influence that he had in the way he was writing towards producing the track. But he's talking about Jesus walks, and Jesus is a white man. I don't want to hear nothing about him. He ain't black. He ain't got nothing to do with blackness. The white boy can't make up some shit. He ain't asked us, was Jesus black or was he white? He didn't ask none of these questions. He translated some words that he came up with, and you're gonna put a black face on the damn man like he didn't come out the white man's mind.
I'm glad I put this up there with this nigga. King World 2020. Let me tell you something, nigga. If you is, I hope you put something up behind me. You understand what I'm saying? Just so I can show your monkey ass. Nigga, Epstein. What's that motherfucker first name? Epstein. The motherfucker was a pedophile.
Yeah, Jeffrey
Epstein.
The one that killed himself.
Yeah. He had $1 billion. Nigga. He got $1 billion. So if you equate just having money as being genius, so you just equating money as being genius. You see? Now, what I see is as genius.
He say he met you personally in South Carolina. Watch your mouth.
What?
Man, we gotta ignore that. I don't know what he's talking about, man. We don't want to get off track, though.
Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you.
We don't want to get off track. We don't want to get off track.
I ain't gonna get up, but wait a minute. I don't give a fuck where you met me, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that, nigga.
He can meet me. You can meet me if you like.
Yeah, nigga, don't get it twisted, nigga. You ain't got no right to come in my shit and say whatever the fuck you want to. I don't give a fuck where you met me at. And if you think you got the fucking opportunity to come on here and say, I wouldn't give a fuck where you at, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, at this point, nigga, you can get your silly ass on where you need to go, nigga. Straight up. Get that silly nigga on up out of there. Yeah. Get that silly nigga on up out of here.
See, that's what I mean about the disrespect online. You ain't real. If you got the heart to do that online, then you're not real. I'm in the streets every day. I would love for a person like that. See, this is what I'm gonna start doing. I'm not debate. Only way I'm gonna debate you is if we face to face, live streaming. That's the only way I'm gonna debate you. So when you get disrespectful, I'm not playing no games with him online.
Dog. He was in.
No, I ain't playing no game. I'm not arguing online. I'm not going back and forth online. If you want to debate me, come see me in person. We can get it linked. We can get it cracking. We can link up. And don't be crying out for the white boy neither. Don't be crying out for that white supremacist. It's street politics when we're in them streets. I will hold you. We're going to hold court. We will hold court.
I ain't going to have no long. I wasn't going to have no long. But you know what I'm saying? When nigga come with it, I mean, you know, because I've seen people try to take up for Kanye. And I thought the nigga was gonna try to come with something, you know, some logic, but he ain't had no logic. And so, you know, at this point, nigga, get your ass on up out of here, cause all that nigga talking like you hard, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of that, and I ain't gonna say no more than that, nigga. You understand? The laws of nature is already carved in stone, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like studying these chess moves, nigga. When you make a move, it's almost automatic, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? The counter move, nigga. It's just simple as that. And so it ain't about trying to be, you know, hard and shit. It's just giving a nigga opportunity to say what he, you know, if he got some logic, come with the logic. You understand what I'm saying? And you ain't got nothing. And so that just show you what the type of niggas that is out here. You understand what I'm saying? This simplistic minded nigga. You understand what I'm saying? And these is, you know, they flourishing out here everywhere you look. You see,
and we trying to talk about taking our community back. You know, we trying to talk about policing our community, protecting the women and children, having some income and some resource. And they out here they trying to deflect and try to, you know, finesse an approach. Like I said, I'd rather do that in the streets. But what I was, the point I was making was that we get all this wealth, and with the wealth, we think that the wealth is an accomplishment. The wealth, the money is not an accomplishment. What you do with the money is the accomplishment. What's the sense of having money if you ain't got the heart to give back to the innocent that you know they don't give a fuck about? They being born into this world. You heard me? They already got adults that's writing laws to hope they never fucking become successful. And you know this because you're an adult. You ain't got the heart to give something, to give them a head start against these wicked forces that's against them. That's the point I'm making. Even when you mentioned Dr. Dre, another one. He took Pac off the beach, you know, because Pac was willing to be confrontational to white supremacists, and then he gonna go put the white boy on the damn beat. And now y'all saying the white boy is the best rapper in the world. How do y'all relate to what he's saying? He talking about killing this damn woman. He had more beef and more problems with the person he had a child with than anything else, you know, that's any issues going on. And he racist, because he disrespected Lauryn Hill too. Yeah. Let's not forget about that. So how is he the best rapper? But once again, we take the beast, like he said. He didn't want that confrontational, revolutionary, we're going to hold you accountable and responsible for what you did to us, because that was Tupac Machiavelli on the beats. He would prefer to get somebody talking misogynistic, because he was a misogynist. He beating this woman up in the background. Yeah, Dr. Dre beating this woman up in the background. Now he got somebody on his beats that's just as misogynistic as him. So it showed what he would prefer to put his energy behind. Mm-hmm. And he didn't reach to the status of being a billionaire only because they're buying the products. It ain't because of us.
And that brother right there, and I was gonna bring that. He had some songs earlier about some racist shit he said about black women too. But see, that's where, you know, in a world where you know, and we ain't even just talking about we talking about African conscious, and it got to be more than just consciousness. It got to be more than just consciousness. It got to be action. You see, it got to be some action with that consciousness. You see what I'm saying? It got to be some action with that. And that's why, you know, over the years, we can pack the house on the information. But then when you look at it, you have to say, well, okay, where's this shit going? You know, what are we doing with, you know, after years and years? Because I mean, since Dr. B and Dr. Clark, we've been doing the lectures. You see what I'm saying? And even within the community, you know what I'm saying? You know, but you got some family out there that's making some moves.
Yeah.
They're making some moves. I mean, there's more Africans going home than ever before. There's more Africans going home. They see the possibility of going home, have went home, and are still there. Some have went and they couldn't, you know, because they didn't do that early work here. You understand what I'm saying? You just don't up and just go.
But in my mind, and not to cut you off, in my mind,
go ahead.
If somebody breaking my house right now,
go ahead
and get to ransacking shit and destroy everything in this bitch,
go ahead,
hurt my woman and all that.
Come on.
My reaction is not to go and live in another house or run away from the house until he done pillaging and doing whatever you want to do, and then come try to sneak back in the damn house, but I didn't hold them accountable. You cannot get away from that. It ain't no way blacks should be bickering with each other, but they ain't got no, but they saying don't ask for reparations. Don't hold them accountable for reparations, but they on here trying to bicker with us about what we talking about. Where you fight at? Where you hard at if you know what they did to us? But they got to be aboriginals. The only way they can think like that is that they done disconnected themselves from the atrocities that took place on our people. And that's why, like General Seti said, that's that niggeritis. What was the new term? That's that red feather fever. You heard me? You got the red feather fever and you're talking all that talk because you don't want to associate yourself with what happened to us because you a coward. You don't want to fight. You want to bicker with the slaves. When I come through the plantation, I'm not arguing with none of you slaves. Any one of y'all that want to debate me, we're gonna have to do it in person. So when you get disrespectful, I can bring you back to reality. I'm holding court. We're holding court this round, and it starts with our people. We have to police our own people. So and I'm not knocking nobody that might disagree. You got a legitimate disagreement. Bring your disagreement, or maybe you really in your heart feel like what you're saying is true. You want to get it out. You know, you got something to add, and I'm gonna listen to you. But when you already have a hidden agenda that in your mind you believe that I'm not what I stand on, and you don't assert that belief, you just come in there trying to finesse me to try to convince me. You get disrespectful with that, and when you get disrespectful with that, you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation because it's time for the streets now to take it to that next level, and the only way we can take it to that next level is to hold our people accountable.
Of course.
Yeah, you, and you, and you, and you. If you're talking all that talk, we have to hold you accountable before we can go to the beast or to go to anyone. We got to make sure we right because this has been going on from day one. Like Dr. Claude said, if you the 10th slave in line and you run out to go attack the master, the second slave gonna stick his foot out and trip you. Because in his head, this his ticket out. Stopping you from fighting for what's owed to you is how he can get his, what they call it, manumus, I forget the term they use, but I'm gonna have to go back and get that term. But they rewarded slaves. The only way you can get free is if you bought your slavery, if you bought yourself out of slavery, or you ratted on a revolution, or you created an invention that made the master rich. Then he'll go and let you, he's gonna make you a breeder slave. You can go on the plantation, have any woman that you want. He's gonna let you wear his clothes. You see, he's gonna do all that for you. Or if you snitched, if you told him when it was a rebellion, if you told him what Negro wanted to hold him accountable, you can get free that way. So a lot of y'all fall right under that line. A lot of y'all fall right under that lineage, and I understand. It come with the territory. That's right. It come with the territory because you know what? When the damn Civil War was going on, I learned that the blacks that was fighting in the Civil War was slave owners. They was fighting to keep their black slaves enslaved because I think it was like maybe 13, 14, or 1,500 black slave owners in the South. So I always thought that this was brainwashed Negroes that was fighting for master when all the while they was the master. They fighting to keep their damn slaves on the plantation. So we always had a problem with these centers that got black skin, don't want to associate themselves with the slave, but want to associate themselves with, the other kind. Because it ain't just the white boy, it's the Arab, it's the Chinese, even though they act like they ain't did nothing, they did a whole lot. Hell, they got the worst human rights violations on their own damn people. They all disrespected us, and it was a global economy. That's right. An underground global economy.
Yeah.
When I talk about reparations, it's not just money.
The Arabs were selling Africans to the Chinese.
Exactly. And the Chinese was buying them and the Chinese was selling them to the Portuguese.
That's right. So, I mean,
let's not forget World War II, the white boy bombed the Japanese because the Japanese, he was trying to stop Russia from doing it. But the Japanese sided with Hitler.
That's right.
They was together. It was Hitler, Mussolini, and when they stopped them, then the Japanese came in, trying to carry that shit on. That's how they got their ass bombed. They never respected us. They were still trying to operate with the people who initiated the slave trade on our people. They just jealous that the white boy over here took it to another level because he got us in a land where we really couldn't fight back versus on the European continent. That's all. There's a bunch of jealousy, but they all benefited. They all operated. You can see them right now in the motherland, like Seti said, getting the resources.
Listen to this. when it get down to the get down, because I see these niggas out there, they love the China, the Russia thing. When you look at Southern Asia,
Yeah.
East and West,
Yes.
all through Southern Asia was Kushites. You can see the remnants of them in the Andaman. They didn't damn near clean the Andaman Islands out. Down in Indonesia, where you got certain half, where you got one side that's Papua New Guinea, you got New Guinea, Papua New Guinea. Half of the island is Papua New Guinea. The other side is Guinea or whatever it is. All of that was African. All of that was Kushite. You know who exterminated all those peoples of Kushite origin in them lands over there? Them Orientals and them damn Indians.
Yeah.
That you see over there now. Because
when you say the Oriental, you mean the Mongoloids at that time?
The Mongoloids.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not forget about the Mongoloids.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan. Y'all want to be some Genghis Khans?
Yeah. Mongoloids. Yeah, that's who down there on the island of Indonesia, all in the Pacific and shit. Yeah, they wasn't there. Man, listen here, it'll shock people because it's damn near they can't conceive in their mind because as long as you've been alive, it look like Mongoloids. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And so, but it's really no different than damn near how the white man over here only, been down here maybe 1,000 years. You see what I'm saying? They didn't encroached but if you even when you look at Tasmania, you see that ain't but a few hundred years ago.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
You see, so if you just go back 200 years ago, 300 years ago, and you go in them islands over there, Africans, woolly head Africans. Not like, I'm talking about like, and yeah, you could tell that, it's been some mixture over there. Yeah. But the root of what was in there was Kushite. You see what I'm saying? And they didn't came down and pillaged and plundered and committed genocide nonetheless.
Yeah.
None the damn less. So they ain't nothing but they ain't nothing but a caveman. The Chinese is a slant-eyed caveman. That's all he is. A slant-eyed caveman. I'm going to tell you just like that. Don't you forget it. You understand what I'm saying? Because when we start talking about the grafted ones, they on the list. Yes. You see, they on the list. Family, we didn't ran in, we didn't reach, and you know what? I love this brother. The people love him. They didn't gave him mad shout out. They say this man's nothing but fire, and we appreciate him coming on. And if he ain't doing nothing, we gonna invite him back as soon as possible. I'm gonna talk to him and see when his next available, time. And we gonna get him back as much as we can to have. We need two brothers. We need two swords. 2 stones sharpening the sword, and that's good. And so we appreciate his message. It's a very revolutionary message. You understand? Get his brother, coming on, get his brother a black fist down there in the chat room. That's right. Give him a black fist down there. Appreciate him, man. We gonna have him back.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to come in. First of all, I appreciate you, General, for blessing me with this opportunity, because I know this is something that you don't just do for anyone. I mean, it's like a miracle. It let me know that as long as I keep transmitting energy into the universe, the great Mother Ma'at gonna make that come to materialize.
That's right.
So I want to tell the people out there, the platform, that I've been behind the scenes with this brother for years. He's solid. He never folded, never backbit, never recanted, never not looked out. Every time I talk to him, it's a lecture. You heard me. I learn. I get what I got to get so I can stay focused in these streets. Y'all going to be seeing more of me. I really appreciate the hospitality. And for all the trolls out there, stop disrespecting this brother. This brother been putting in work for us for too long for me to sit here and allow you to play with him. So I'm going to let you know right now. Remesu, I'm in the chariot. I got my bow and arrow. Soon as you stick your head up, I'm gonna catch you with a quick one right there off the top. Because I'm not even gonna allow this man to stress out thinking about trolls. That's my responsibility from this point on. So I'm gonna let all y'all come out the woodworks so I can go on and, get my target practice in, Let me go on and start, letting them know I'm official, you heard me? And by the way, Rising Power Randall Watts, that's my elder. Free Corey Miller, that's my brother. We working on the campaign to get C Murder home. We're gonna have a petition coming out, a documentary coming out. He's innocent. I'm gonna get into the details at a later date. Seti, I really appreciate you, brother.
Man,
You got access to me.
Let
me know whenever you're ready. And look, we're gonna get it on and popping. You heard
me? I'm gonna talk to you after this, and we'll wrap, and y'all gonna see a lot more of this brother. All right, family. I appreciate y'all for being in here with us today. We had 2 fire episodes, and stay tuned. Don't you miss it. Don't you dare miss it. All right, family. This is the General Sarah Soon said. He said, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.